Good Doug, welcome back to CFC TV. This is my review of the Chelsea versus Man United match. It finished 1-0. Sorry that the review is just, I'm not recording it tomorrow. But tomorrow, what am I saying? The day after the game, basically, just on Monday. Because I was at my mate's house, we watched the Super Bowl after that. So didn't get around filming the review yesterday. So yeah, I mean, as always, I'm going to start with the lineup. It was the exact same lineup as we started against Watford, which annoyed me then, which annoyed me again. The back four, no problems with that, obviously. And the goalkeeper, obviously, Courtois, Ivanovic, Zuma, John Terry, and Azpilicueta. The older mids were, yet again, Mikel and Matic. Oscar started on the left wing again. Fabregas is Cam, Willian on the right, Diego Costa up front. Hazard was on the bench again. As I said in the last video, apparently Hiddink is going to try to slowly get him back in the team so he gets fully fit and all that kind of shenanigans. But like, come on, he's 24, 25, just turned 25, I think. He's not 35 that needs really, really good resting until he's not injured. It's basically the first time he was properly injured in his career, like a few times in succession, basically. Like, come on, start him. We need wins. We don't need draws all the time. Anyway, the first half, in the beginning, Man United were all over us, it was basically the same problem that we had against Watford. As I said, Matic going a bit too much forward, in my opinion, even though we didn't really go forward a lot. But there was a big gap between the attackers and the defensive players, and they could just do whatever they wanted. Ivanovic had quite some problems with Martial. It was just a bit annoying overall, to be honest. Like, it was just dreadful. We didn't do anything. Like, after 15 minutes, they had 71% possession or something, which was, come on, like, we're at home. I mean, we beat Man United with that kind of possession stats last year under Mourinho, but we're not Chelsea from last season, are we? Anyway, Courtois made quite a few good saves. One incredible one after Martial, curl and strike. Good save by him, I have to say. He had another save after Lingard shot. I think there was in the first half. I'm not quite sure right now. And yeah, then after sort of 25, maybe 30 minutes, we really got into the game. We started doing a bit better. We had some half chances. Costa had a decent shot from quite a difficult angle inside the box, but still he put it wide on the far side, basically. But we did start to play better. Willian played a lot better. He was the only one, all of us know that Willian tracks back a lot, and that's why he's such an incredible player. That he's so good going forward, but also helps out in the back, helps out Ivanovic a lot. But he just picked up the ball way in a half, just ran with it. And he just went past 5 or 6 players. It didn't create a proper chance. He gave it to Oscar, sort of made a step in and sort of tried to curl it, but it got blocked. But still, that's just the kind of, just kind of things that we need to sort of kickstart an attack, which is the annoying thing, which is what annoys me when we play Mikel and Matic, because we need the wingers to drop back to start an attack, which means that we don't have enough men forward to sort of go against the back four and their defensive midfielders, which is a problem. But yeah, as I said, we did get a lot better towards the end of the first half. But still, we weren't really great. Neither were Man United then, anyway. Then the second half started, and it started off with a huge blow. Zuma picked up an injury, sort of tried to jump in a ball, in a high ball. It looked a bit weird. I think he sort of expected someone to go into the header but someone just got out the way. I think it was Mata, if I remember correctly. And so he sort of just landed, and his knee did that. Basically, can't even do it the other side, but that, but wrong way around. You know what I'm saying? It looked just horrible. You can hear him screaming on TV. It was just terrible. I just hope he's all right, to be honest. Obviously, he's not all right, but I hope he can, be back soon. Just start rehab really soon. All those kind of things. I just can't see how, but maybe he can even still play for us in this season, get in the French squad for the Euros. Obviously, it's the home tournament, so he would love to be there, I'm sure. I've heard crazy things that it might be an injury that could be career ending, which would be just horrible, wouldn't it? He's just 21. In my opinion, could be one of the best defenders in the world in a few years. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Just minutes after that, obviously Gary Cahill came on for Zuma then. Just minutes after that, we conceded through a goal by Jesse Lingard. It was a great goal, to be honest. It was a low cross, which we had quite some problems with in the whole of the game, basically. Aspie wasn't tight enough, but I can't really blame him because Lingard had a great turning touch, and then just, as I said, he spun, and then just basically while falling down, he just smashed it top corner. Proper Upper Benjamin's that was. Nothing to do for Courtois. I think just before that, or was it after? No, I think before that, we put Hazard on for Oscar. As Hiddink said in the interview after the game, that was, planned no matter what the score was. They, getting more minutes. Like against Watford, he got substituted around 70, 72 minutes. This time he got brought on after like 56 or something like that. So hopefully he can start against Newcastle. We have a full week of training now. So yeah. And after we conceded, quite soon after that, we put Matic off and brought Pedro on. Obviously, Fabregas dropped back to holding mid. I think it was Willian who played cam. Willian Hazard sort of exchanged a bit, and Pedro stayed on the right wing. We just tried to push for it because, we're 13th. We're not going to get relegated, but we just need a push, which is what annoys me when we play with two defensive midfielders. Like, an unbeaten run is good, but an unbeaten run is good if you have most of the games are wins. It doesn't, like, if someone says, like, you have 10 games and you draw 10 games, yeah, you haven't lost in 10 games, but you get 10 points. If out of those 10 games you would win 4 and lose 6, you would have 12 points. And it's not about not losing. It's about not losing in, like, cup competitions, like in Champions League. You can go through on away goals and stuff like that. You don't necessarily have to win, except in the final, of course, but it could be penalties as well. But in the league, you just need points. It's about points. And I'd much rather have 4 wins than 10 draws. Because obviously it's 2 points more. And that's what we need. We need points and not get beaten. Obviously, rather not be beaten than beaten if we still draw most of the other games. But you know what I'm saying. So yeah, we tried to push for it. And we did play a lot better. We had some chances. Fabregas had a very good shot. Great save by De Gea. Ivanovic had a great volley shot. Was really surprised that he actually took it on the volley and he hit it on target as well. Good shot and again a great save. And then in injury time, it had 6 minutes, which I think is not enough. Even though Van Gaal was arguing it was too much. Like, what is Van Gaal? He's just stupid cunt, isn't he? Like, Zuma at least took at least 5 or 6 minutes to get when Zuma was screaming, and then Zuma being treated and then put in on the stretch and then being carried off the pitch. And then obviously we had 5 substitutions before injury time started. So that makes, it's usually 30 seconds per substitution. So that would make 2.5 minutes. The United scored in the normal time. So that, let's put that up to 30 seconds. So that would be 5 or 6 minutes for Zuma. And then another 3 for substitutions and the goal. And it's not even included free kicks that take a while to be taken and throw-ins and stuff like that. That should actually be in consideration as well. So it should, in my opinion, even have been 8 or 9 minutes of extra time or injury time. But, we scored in the 92nd minute, I think. Good through ball by Fabregas to Costa. He sort of tried to shoot, but then I think it was Broderick Jackson or something, the young left back of Man United. He sort of slid in, sort of by sliding in, or was it Smalling? I'm not quite sure. I think it was the left back. He slid in, sort of put the ball past De Gea, and the defender was still lying on the ground, and Costa just had to put it in an open net. Still a tough angle, but still, he converted it, thankfully. It was pure passion from him and JT and all the celebrating, because it just shows the passion that we have at the moment. That we just, at least, we have the never say die attitude again. I'd rather have it never say die to win than to draw, but I prefer to score a late equaliser than to concede a late equaliser, or to concede a late losing goal. But just minutes after that, Costa almost won us the game. He sort of tried to slot it in the bottom corner, but De Gea had it. He was down so quick with his arm. He was down so quick. Great save by him again. Overall, in the second half, United started the game better than we did. So basically, in both halves, United were better in the beginning of the half and we were better towards the end. Overall, it was a deserved draw. If you look at the stats as well, it was quite similar, quite equal. If I talk about the players, Courtois was excellent. He was excellent. Very, no mistake that I can think of. Very good saves. Ivanovic had quite some problems with Martial, but overall he did quite well. Almost scored as well. Zuma, he was great until he, picked up his injury. John Terry was really good in my opinion. Azpilicueta, as I said, could have maybe done a little bit better for the goal. Cahill came in, didn't, because when he came in, they scored like minutes after, and then it was just us basically. So can't really judge him, to be honest. Mikel was okay in my opinion. He was decent. Matic was really getting on my nerves, if I'm honest. Like, he was really getting on my nerves, especially in the first 30 minutes. He was just terrible, losing every ball, losing every challenge. Like, once he was down at their goal line basically, and he tried to push Fellaini away instead of just crossing the ball. And while pushing Fellaini away, the ball just rolled over the line, and they just had a goal kick. Like, just try to cross it before pushing someone away. Like, what are you doing? Just so he improved, but still, he just wasn't good enough. Oscar was invisible. We've been praising him after he scored the hat-trick against MK Dons, but it was MK Dons. It was a relegation fighting side in the Championship. So, it wasn't a Premier League side. It wasn't Man United. William was good. Fabregas was really good. He had the most passes in the game. 87 or 88% pass completion, which is decent as well. Assisted the goal. Costa obviously took the goal. I think he played well overall. Had a few decisions go against him and a few decisions go in his favour. So it basically equalled itself out, to be honest. As I said, almost scored the winning goal. Not that I'm blaming him. Maybe he could have done better, but it was a decent effort. It was just a crazy good save. Hazard came on. He didn't really do much, but I think Hazard does whenever he's on the pitch. He draws players to him, so other players have more space. So even if he can't really do something special, even though his dribblings and passes were good, but he didn't do something special that we saw of him last season. Pedro came on, didn't do anything. He can't cross for his life. He's almost as bad at crossing as Ivanovic, to be honest. Even though Ivanovic was really good lately at crossing, he's crossed the ball in for Costa's goal against Arsenal as well, and he crossed the ball I think for when Costa almost scored against Watford midweek, stuff like that. But yeah, Pedro wasn't really happy with him. His touch was better than it was recently, but still not great overall. As I said, we didn't lose, we didn't win, we could have won, but it was a fair draw in my opinion. It's Newcastle next Saturday at the Bridge again. We just need to beat Newcastle, to be honest. We just have to. If we don't even beat Newcastle at home, what are we going to do? They're playing the Champions League really soon as well. So yeah, it's coming thick and thin. Hopefully Hazard can start against Newcastle, or maybe if he can't or if he won't, maybe just rested for PSG, which I wouldn't mind too much if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, that was it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like rating, subscribe to me if you haven't already, and leave anything you have to say in the comments, to a performance, to players individually. I don't know, just anything you have to say, just put it down in the comments. And yeah, see you guys for a review of the Newcastle match.